Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Amar Siti Nur Hamida and my topic is bearing capacity of spread puddings. The calculation of the maximum stress that can be applied into a spread pudding is based on an assumed failure mode of the soil under the pudding. This maximum pressure that causes failure is called the bearing capacity of the soil, although the bearing capacity is dependent on the type of soil property, such as shear strength characteristics. It also depends on the other factors that are not related to the properties of the materials, such as the size of the pudding. Unlike the shear strength of a soil, bearing capacity is not a property of the material. Failure modes of spread pudding. The first is general shear failure of spread pudding, local shear a failure of a spread pudding, punishing failure of a spread pudding. There are three principal modes of shearing failure. The first is general shear failure. The general shear failure considers the failure of the soil under the pudding, which extends all the way to the ground surface. The failure zone can be divided into three regions. The rigid region directly beneath the pudding, continuous shear region that rotates upward, and rigid shear region which extend to the ground surface. This is the most common mode of failure used in the analysis of a pudding. The second one is local shear failure. Local shear failure involves a failure zone that does not extend to the ground surface. The footing is either too deep below the ground surface of the soil is so compressible that is prevent the development of a complete failure surface that extend to the ground surface. And the last one is punching shear failure. Punching shear failure occurs in a very compressible soil such as peat. Shear surface cannot be developed due to the high compressibility of the material. The soil beneath the pudding simply compresses that cannot sustain the load. From the curve, the different types of shear failure can be predicted. For general shear failure, there is pronounced peak after which load decreases with increase in settlement. The load at the peak gives the ultimate stress or load. For local shear failure, there is no pronounced peak like general shear failure, and hence the ultimate load is calculated for a particular settlement. For punching shear failure, the load goes on increasing with increased settlement, and hence there is no peak resistance.